just watching your level of play, it was a whole other level that you rose to. It just felt like it felt like North Carolina Central in general, the whole entire team. It felt like Coach Oliver. It was like a whole different level y'all were tapping into. Like when y'all beat like Elon and y'all was beating all these other teams, I was like, man, it's crazy. And I had y'all beating UCLA. I just wanted to say that. I wrote a whole article about that on Clutch Points. Okay, I was like, they go upset UCLA, but like it was just a whole other level you all stepped up to. So I want to ask you sort of just your opinion on how that 2023 season went.
I mean, ultimately, it didn't go the way we wanted to. We wanted to two-peat. We wanted to be back in the celebration mode. But, I mean, you can always just look at the negatives or just appreciate the positives. I mean, we did finish 93. We did go to the playoffs for the first time in school history. So it was a lot of good throughout that season. Like you said, we started off hot. We won, was undefeated at one point versus CAA. Going against those, Elon, Campbell, and T. So it was a lot of good into that season. And, like, we knew we was going to come into that season with targets on our backs, just winning the championship. So we already knew every game we was going to play, it was going to be like that team Super Bowl, no matter who it was. I'm like, oh, they think they all this, they want this and that. No, we finna show them this ain't that. So we already knew coming into each and every game, we was going to get their best. No matter who the team was, where we was playing at, we was going to get their best just because of what we did the previous season.
Man. So I got to ask you about this, right? So we're going to talk about the playoffs and the Celebration Bowl. And this is the part I'm going to let you know that a lot of folks are going to really be looking at because it's such a big debate in the HBCU Twitter, or I guess X streets now, all right, about the playoffs versus Celebration Bowl, because here's sort of the layout of it, and I want to get your opinion on it. So how we look at the Celebration Bowl is as HBCU students and alumni, we want our HBCUs to be on the highest platform. So you're on ABC, you're getting 1 million, 2 million views for the Celebration Bowl. That's great representation, plus the surefire money on the side for the schools and for the programs. But to play in the playoffs, you're playing against what is said to be the best teams in the FCS, and we want our HBCUs on that flip side. We want the exposure, we want the money, but we also want to show people that our guys, Davius Richard, Mookie Collier, all these different folks, we can go against New Hampshire, we can go against Richmond and win. But I feel like we don't ask the players how y'all feel about it enough. So the Celebration Bowl, the playoffs, both of them have their benefits and all them things like that. But how do you feel? Like, which one did you prefer more?
I mean, no doubt, I'll say the Celebration Bowl. Because, I mean, like you said, that LCS is, I appreciate both of them, honestly. And that LCS is going to be like, all right, we're going against these top teams to really prove ourselves. But I only really say the Celebration Bowl because you can do that throughout the season. We done played a number of CAA teams. So if you want to play those teams that be in the playoff every year, that's that. You can schedule them during the regular season. But it's only like one time during that season that you can say, all right, I'm the best team in HBCU ball. You're not going to have a schedule of 10 games, 11 games full of straight and swacking me at teams. But you can go out there and schedule games with the North Dakota State, South Dakota States, the Elon, the Campbells, and then those teams at the end of the season be ranked. And then you in the Celebration Bowl, but they're in the playoffs and you beat them and they ranked. So it's like they got the pros and cons. And then you can go from the ranking standpoint. Like the previous year we played same schedule as far as FCS teams and HBCUs, and we went to the Celebration Bowl, but we still came into that season ranked. So it's like, even if you want to get ranked, you can do that. Or you can just look at Jackson State. They came into that game ranked. They was went undefeated 2 years in a row. So it's like, it got its pros and cons, but me personally, I like the Celebration Bowl. Like, I'm all for the Celebration Bowl. That's basically the Super Bowl.
Listen, that makes me happy. And listen, I was gonna be fine either way. This is the interview. It's gonna be an interview regardless. People gonna talk. But that's how we was like, the Celebration Bowl is like that. That is our Super Bowl. Everyone doesn't have that. And even on like HBCU game day, we're gonna move on to just the other portions of the interview. But like even on HBCU game day, they had like a conversation with Richmond's coach. And it was like, I was watching North Carolina Central in the Celebration Bowl. Like, we don't have the opportunity because we got the playoffs is our North Star. That's what we do. Yeah. We was watching Central in the Celebration Bowl room for Central. So it's wild that like that is like the conversation, the general consensus, but we still have debates about it on Twitter. It's what people have their opinions, but it's crazy to me.
Yeah. people gonna have their opinion. Then you gotta understand it's different viewpoints. Like a coach gonna have a different opinion than me. I'm just a player. I'm playing in the game. A coach got a different reason to either pick which one he probably want to do or go to. Cause it's like there's a lot of things that play into it. So at the end of the day, it's always gonna just be opinion. So you're never gonna have a for sure answer as far as which one is more beneficial or X, Y, and Z.